Whenever I'm around classic cars, I'm struck by this quiet realization. Every old engine you see has lived more life than most of us ever stop to notice. We look at these machines as objects, as hobbies, as projects to fix on a Sunday. But somewhere in the metal, in the noise, in the wear and tear, there are stories tucked away. Sometimes I think that's what draws us to them, not the horsepower or the rarity, but the history that hums beneath the surface. Think about it, every engine misfire was once a moment of worry for someone. Every smooth pull-through second gear was once a burst of pride. That gentle tick on the overrun, someone else heard it long before you did. They wondered what it meant. They listened closely to the rhythm. Just like you do now, old engines collect people. They collect the hands that worked on them, the families that drove in them, the places they broke down, and the journeys they carried us through. A car that's 40 or 50 years old isn't just running on fuel, it's running on memory, all that maintenance and tinkering we do. Sometimes I think we're not restoring machines, we're restoring moments that would otherwise be forgotten. And the funny thing is, the parts that frustrate us the most are the ones with the richest stories. That stubborn bolt that refuses to move. Someone else fought with it in '84. That strange rattle that appears only on left turns. It probably annoyed 3 different owners before you. You're part of a lineage now, a caretaker in a long line of caretakers. The beauty of an old engine isn't in how perfect it runs. It's in the traces of life you can feel when it fires up. That first cough on a cold morning, the little shake as it settles into idle, the deep breath before it comes alive. It's like the car is remembering itself. You're not just starting an engine, you're waking up a piece of the past. And maybe that's the real magic. Modern cars are incredible, but they don't have that connection. They haven't had time to gather a soul. A classic car has lived through decades of roads, weather, mistakes, triumphs. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the stories, the long trips, the late night drives, the arguments, the laughter, the music on the radio that hasn't played in years. An old engine teaches you to pay attention, to feel instead of calculate, to notice the small things, the way the throttle responds, the smell of warm oil, the shift in tone when the revs rise. There's nothing digital to smooth it out, nothing artificial to hide the imperfections. It's honest, it tells you exactly how it feels, for better or worse. And in a world full of polished surfaces and perfect feedback, that honesty is refreshing. So next time you start up an old car, pause for just a moment. Listen to the churn, the catch, the first breath it takes. That sound has echoed across time. It connected someone's past to your present, and one day it'll become part of someone else's story too, because engines may be made of metal, but the lives they carry, those are made of us, and every one of those lives leaves a little trace behind, tucked somewhere deep inside the noise, waiting for you to hear it. There was a time when people used to go out for a drive for no reason at all. No errands, no deadlines, no navigation voice telling you to turn left in 300 yards. Just the simple joy of moving through the world with no particular destination. We've forgotten that a little. Modern driving is all efficiency now. Fastest route, least traffic, minimal time wasted. But somewhere along the way, we traded away the small pleasure of wandering, the feeling of taking the long road simply because it felt nicer under the tyres, the quiet moment when it's just you, the engine, and a bit of open sky. Classic cars remind you of that. They don't rush, they don't multitask, they're happiest when you're not trying to get anywhere quickly. In a strange way, they teach you to enjoy being unproductive, to savour the bends, the sounds, even the imperfections. And maybe that's why they still pull us in. Not because they're fast or convenient, but because they invite us back into a way of driving that feels almost forgotten, a way of being really slower, more attentive, a little more human. Every now and then it's worth taking a drive with no purpose, except the drive itself, No plan, no hurry, just the road unfolding at its own gentle pace. The lost art of driving for pleasure isn't lost at all, it's just waiting for us to remember.